About to make a total idiot of myself inside in a shopping centre, but two questions that people are asking us a lot at the moment is, one, why do you spend so much time in supermarkets, and two, sometimes people look on our website, they see a stockist, they go into that shop and they can't get the product, and then they get in touch with us. Usually they're very nice. The odd customer is a bit grumpy and saying, it's listed on your website, why isn't it in the shop? So I'm going to explain that and show you what I mean. So we have to spend a lot of time going into stores that stock our product because we have to check if it's on shelf. Because we're a tiny brand, we're not like the Danones or the Cokes of this world who have what they call lots of shelf space. So they're officially, like if you're a Danone dairy product, you're officially on what's called the planogram of every single supermarket in the country. We're not. We're only in select stores of the various Irish multiples in the country, and therefore we don't have what's called a place on the planogram. So the guys inside the store, they don't always, sometimes they do, depends on the retailer, they don't always know where to put us, or indeed they don't know that they're supposed to order us at all. So in lots of cases we're depending on customers to go into the shop and say, where's the Velvet Cloud? Because often the boy or the girl, the lady or the man in charge of the yogurt category will forget to order us. Now every supermarket has a different ordering system, so some of the supermarkets, they place the order when they see there's a gap on the shelf. In some of the supermarkets, the computer system automatically orders when there's a gap on the shelf, and in some supermarkets it's a combination of all of the above. So there's loads of different areas where it can go wrong. So say there's somebody in charge of the yogurt category and they forget to order us, or say they are out sick or on holidays and their replacement doesn't know anything about us, or say the computer system doesn't work, or in fact that can often be the case. Or say Mary comes in and she buys 6 pots of yogurt because she's so mad about Velvet Cloud. Well, then Paddy, who comes in behind her, he can't get any because it's all gone. But because we're a small supplier, the system won't order us for another 2 or 3 days, or indeed the human. So we spend our time going into shops. This is me checking a shop. I don't know if it's going to be here. Seeing if it's here. If it's not, trying to build relationships with the staff. It's late in the evening now, so I won't see anybody, but I'm just going to flip this around. And thanks be to God, our small pots are on the shelf, but actually our big pots aren't. So that's a bit of an issue for me, the big pots, big gap. So I'm going to just see if I can find somebody to see if they can order it. But again, just take note of that. And when I'm back in again, see if it's the same problem and see if we can do anything about it. But unfortunately, because we're small, this is what happens all the time. We have what's called limited number facings. So that's why you see me often saying, please ask in your store or please ask your shop. The more people that ask, the more chances that we will stay on shelf. And another thing that can go wrong, particularly if a shop or a supermarket chain has just recently started stocking Velvet Cloud, is that maybe the staff on the floor aren't aware of it because they haven't been putting it on the shelf every day, so they don't know to do it. And this can be a problem because then the yogurt can come in all right to the shop, but then the staff don't know to put it out on the shelf, so it's in the back chill and the staff have no idea to put it on the shelf. So I've just arrived in a shop. And this is actually a relatively new shop. No Velvet Cloud. There's the SEL, they call it. So that's the thing. That's an SEL, is shelf edge label. Shows it should be there, but there's no product. So I'm going off to see if I can find somebody, even if it's late in the evening, to see why it's not there. So I've just spoken to the lovely Stephen. I won't say in which shop, but he was really, really helpful. And he showed me their little handheld system that basically says that there's a delivery in of the product tomorrow morning. So what I have to do now is come back tomorrow morning and see if it is actually on the shelf. Because if, say, for example, it doesn't come in, there's still a gap in the shelf, then I'll probably have to go back to the buyer and we'll have to see, there's a problem. It's that's a problem for everybody. We're not getting the sales and the shop isn't getting the sale. So why is that happening, and do they adjust the computer system? So you can see how not awkward, but you can see at all the different steps in the journey how challenging it is to get the product on the shelf and to keep it on the shelf, because there's humans involved and there's computers involved and there's settings on the computers, and then what the shops are very much afraid of is waste. So they kind of have to get a commercial balance between always making sure the shelves are stuffed with something, but not stuffing the shelves too much that they'll end up going past its sell-by date, and then they have waste, which is a cost to the supermarket. So there you go, there's a story of why I tend to be in supermarkets all the time, and equally why sometimes you can't get Velvet Cloud on shelf. But hopefully from this you would see that what would really help is if you act like me, if you like, in your local shop and just nag, and eventually the shop will just get into a habit of ordering it, or the system will get into a habit of ordering it, whether it's a human or a computer, and that will really help us. The next day, back into the same shop where the lovely Stephen said the product would be due in. Quick check, like you can get these done in a few seconds, and yes, so it's there. So I'm now happy, and at least the system is working, but you can see how we have to check all the time.